Hi Gemini, it's Lynn from Tinker Tarot. I'm here to do a mid-January tester. I got a new deck of cards. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. The Druid Craft Tarot. Really beautiful. The illustrations are gorgeous. They're by Will Worthington. And the cards are put out by Philip and Stephanie Cargom. I think that's how you pronounce it. Or Joan, something. Anyhow, they're just gorgeous. I really, really like them. So I'm testing them out, you know, for a mid-January reading. So don't, you know, change your life on what I say here, because I'm just getting to know these cards. But I have to say, I'm getting some really clear messages. The Libra reading was like, whoa, they're ready. Okay. So, Gemini, I did want to tell you that you guys got 6,425 views. Thank you very much. 287 likes and 39 comments. So I just wanted to say thank you for that, and thank you to all those that have subscribed, because it is free, and I do appreciate it all, though. I just wanted to let you know. So, excuse me. So let's turn these cards over. Let's see. That's interesting. Interesting. Oh, they're about to fall on the floor if I'm not careful. They're so new. Now, you know, the one thing I like about these cards, a lot of other readers don't, I'm hearing, but I love it, is how big they are. Like, they're quite a big card, you know, the size of my hand. And, but I like that, though, because it makes you focus on the cards more when you're shuffling. You have to deal with them and their size, you know, so they don't go all flying. So you can't be looking around and distracted, because you need to focus on the cards. And I like that about them. They're big on purpose for that reason. So anyway, just wanted to say that. Your first card in the past, which is now or before, is the Princess of Swords. So she's, you know, even though the swords is mostly about the mind, and one of the chakras could be up there, I think one of them is. I don't know much about the chakras, but to me, she's all in her emotions. This is bothering her to hold on to this message. She would like to pass it along. And I get the feeling this person has just received this message and this information, and doesn't want to keep it. They want to pass it along as soon as possible, but I don't think it's good news. And the reason I don't think it is because it's next to this Seven of Swords. Well, there we go, Seven of Swords. See the guy? He's working alone. All of these swords are crossing each other. Every single one of them, well, I guess besides those last two, are interlocked. So they're opposing each other. There's opposition. And this guy's trying to figure it out. You know, he's a scholar. And they've put it to him to figure it out. And he's working long into the night to try and do this. So this is sort of some sort of information to you of an argument, a dispute. There could be some loss in this. There could be, I'm wondering if it's the loss of a friendship, you know, over what someone has said. There's a loss of a friendship. There's, you know, you could be working late into the night. You could be thinking about it, probably, or talking with someone about it. Maybe you're talking with them about it. But it's really worrying you. It's really worrying you, and you may walk away from a friendship because of it, or they may walk away from you. Also, you know, the Five of Swords has a few meanings. One is winning. Winning a dispute, winning a battle. But what did you win? You know, you lost the friend. And the other one is, what was I just thinking there? You may have to walk away from something, and it's something to do with words, something that was said. You know, perhaps, I don't know. There's some sort of drama anyway. And someone in the group, perhaps yourself, Gemini, is really giving it deep in thought, a lot of worry about trying to figure this out, okay? This may not even be you. It could be two friends of yours that are disputing, or many. And you know, maybe the easiest solution is that last one has to go, right? I don't know. Anyway, that's in the past energy. In the present, you have the Two of Swords. I like the depiction of this card in this deck. So here she is. She's sitting at a fork in the road. There are two directions. Either direction, they don't look much different from one another, and you can't really see what's at the end, you know, where that will lead you, right? And so she has a choice to make, but also she's at the end of this one, you can see just a little bit of light, just a tiny bit of light through the trees. And through this part, it's very dark. The light doesn't guarantee a better result, a better destination. It doesn't. But it looks like it could. But this could be, you know, it's more risky, but it could be the better destination. So you're not really sure. And I think a part of you, like I'm getting a message that a part of you is blinded. You want to see the light side, but that side's got light, so it's probably better, right? It probably is. And maybe you're trying to convince your friends, you know, and they're saying, yeah, it looks good. But, you know, you just don't want to see that way because it looks harder. That's what they're saying to you, you know. Open your eyes, man. Open your eyes, man. That's what they're saying, okay? You know, I'm getting really clear messages with these cards. I am. The Six of Swords. This is in the focus of your reading, right in the dead center. And it shows you moving on. You know, you are moving on. You may leave this bunch, this whole crowd, actually, is what I'm thinking. And, you know, perhaps this is represented by one guy walking away, but maybe there's a few. Maybe there's more than one. You know, the three that were opposing the dominant ones, the ones that have control. I feel like there's some people that have more control over the group, and so the less dominant ones are the ones that are kind of not agreeing with this. They're saying, no, we're going to leave and start our own thing. And by saying that, that's what I get the feeling of. I get the feeling that like it's a small group of employees leaving to start their own thing now. Maybe this is just you leaving to start your own thing, moving on. You got 1, 2, this is the third card of moving on. It's changing for you. You could pick the more challenging way. Decide, you know what? I'm gonna try this hard path first, and if it doesn't work out, maybe I'll go back and try the other way. But you're gonna give it a go. You're gonna take a risk. This could be moving to another town, moving to another location. Like I said, you're kind of taking some people with you. I'm gonna start again. That's what it looks like. Okay, and the High Priestess. The High Priestess. So the great thing about this card is trusting your instincts. And it's kind of funny because I put out something in the beginning January readings about the new moon and the solar eclipse, and putting your intent out there, and that's this very thing. There's another moon coming up anytime now. I don't know all the cycles, look it up, but anyway, there's another moon coming up. So you may wanna do that again, or this might be the time when you're actually taking those intentions and moving forward with them. You're not just going to ask, you're going to, she is trusting everything within herself and believes that she, what her feelings, like how she feels about it, her instinct, how do I feel, what is right, Sometimes I feel like the High Priestess is the cross within us, and the cross, I'm not talking about Catholic or that religion, but it's our religion, who we are as a person, our spiritual beliefs, and sometimes they combine a few different views. And then that combination is what your God or cross is personally within you, and knowing what's best for you. This is really a knowing what's best for you. They might be doing that, and that works for them. Well, that's great, but this don't work for me. This works for me. This is how I do it. And I call on Grandmother Moon, Grandfather Sun, and the Creator or God or the energy to be with me, because I know I'm heading in the right direction now. That's what it feels like. Okay? So, your future is the Princess of Cups. So this is an emotional message that's on its way. You can see she's standing by the water. She's just stepped out, and her feet are cold. She's kind of standing like, ooh, but she's cleansed herself, and the leaves are ready to fall off the trees and blow in the wind. And this is the message, It's fall is the coming of the end, something leaving, something falling away, but it's also cleansed the way for something new. And I think this message is about that. I think this is going to change you quite a bit, yeah, because here we have, I can't even understand what this says, so I gotta look it up. Like I said, new deck, and this doesn't say anything in English. I'm not really sure what that is. So it's 14. No. Yeah, 14. That's 16. Here we go. What is it? Is it Temperance? It is. It's Temperance. Yeah. Oh, geez. Wow, what a different picture for Temperance. So, you know, it's funny, you got the High Priestess, which is energy alchemy. Like, it's not mixing of potions, it's connecting with the world, you know, with all the energy out there. And then Temperance, or I can't even read what that says in Gaelic. Ferrite. Anyway, she's performing alchemy. She's working with you know, a couple of potions here. She's cooking up something in her pot. You know, she's creating alchemy up in the attic, which is the mind. You know, when you think of scientists and when you think of inventors, you know, I think of inventors in the attic or in the garage or something like that. And she's trying to create a balance in her life. The rainbow and the sun rising is in the background. And is that there is someone or something on that hill in the background, and I'm like blind as a bat. I can't see what it is. It looks like a person. Yeah, and she's got all these symbols around her in this, she also could be, maybe it's not an attic, actually. Maybe it's some, you know, some sort of hut. It looks like it's possibly, like a little, I don't know what the word is, darn it. But she has all these symbols around her. It almost looks like a pyramid in the background, but it has growth on it. So, I feel like there's some sort of history here in this card, you know. It's full of all kinds of potential, all kinds of growth, reaching out, creating what you want, really. Like I said, it's alchemy. She's trying to reinvent herself, himself. You are, you know, reinvention, I think. And of course you are. It's the world. This is full cycle, ready for something new. Ready for something new. You got a lot of swords in your reading, but so much positive forward movement and progress. You're ready to create something new in so many ways, you know. Here you are, you're heading towards what you want to manifest, and you're trusting your instincts. You know where you belong now. It seems to me you know where you belong now. And I think you know how to create what you love, what makes you feel good in your new path, in your new cycle. Whoops. Sorry about that. In your new cycle. You know how to create what makes you feel good in your new cycle. And you know, I know the Queen of or the Princess of Cups, it shows the fall, and this is supposed to be in your future, but I think it's more of a spring, you know, because here's the sun rising. That's new beginning. The sun rises in the east. The east is considered the birth, the new direction, and it represents spring, you know, new birth, and that's where we're headed. We're headed right to spring, where you're going to create everything new, with everything that you've learned from what you've been through here. You know, you've come through a lot of lessons here, a lot of hard lessons, it looks like to me. And, you know, whether you won or lost the battle, it doesn't feel like a win, you know, it feels like a loss, okay? But you're ready to move on to something better. You could, whatever side it is, you could be traveling across water. Maybe there's just two of you, because this guy looks like he's just steering the boat for you, eh? You know, maybe there's just two of you. And moving on. I said 3 at first, so could be 3. And, you know, I think of the World card as when because we keep getting repeating cycles, repeating patterns in our lives until we solve them, until we figure them out. They keep coming back, you know. And this is solving one. You solved one, okay? You finally figured it out. You've got it in there now. So you're ready for a new cycle. You got the tools, everything you needed to learn from what you went through here. You finally got the lesson. So now you're ready to recreate, to start something new. And I think you're really excited about it. I think you're really excited. But that was hard on you, what you just came through there, right? That was real hard on you. I think it was mentally draining is what it was. So you decided, okay, you know, I'm taking my couple of swords and I'm moving on. And I get the kind of a feeling that there was no right in the end. There was no right answer in the end. It was just all wrong. Okay? So that's what I get, guys. I hope it resonates, obviously. Like these messages coming through, sorry, are very specific, you know. And so I know it's not for every Gemini in the world right now. Maybe it is. I also wanted to say that I was sharing in some of the other videos is you might have a really strong urge to organize your place, get your stuff together, your papers together, and I know it's tax time too, but it's not just that. You're reorganizing boxes and restacking them and making room for this and pushing that over there, and it's kind of this urge in us to nest. And nesting is when a pregnant woman in her 7th or maybe whenever, just before she's going to deliver, it's a sign that the baby is coming. It's an old wives' tale that you know the baby's coming when a woman starts to nest, starts to organize, and she can't help herself, and she's lifting boxes and doing all kinds of things she shouldn't while pregnant. But this means that something is coming in your life. You're about to birth something. So the nesting is a sure sign that the birth is just about here. The baby's on its way. Whatever the baby is for you, you know, it doesn't have to be a baby. It can be your project, your little baby, you know, you've been thinking about and wanting to do forever, and now you're finally ready to do it, you know. So something like that. I just wanted to throw that in there. I don't know if I mentioned about the special I have, $1 a minute. $15, 3 cards, $30, 6 cards, $45, 9 cards. You know, these all equal minutes too. $45, 45 minutes, and $60, 60 minutes, 12 cards plus. So all the information is in the box below. Thank you very much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please do subscribe. It's free, and there's nothing to register for, and it helps me and lets my advertisers know that you like me. And so thank you very much. Take care. Talk to you soon. Tinker out.